day, ladies and gentlemen. Even though today's video is for everyone, I really need to talk to you, Mr. Charlie. Before I start, let me once again acknowledge your athletic superiority, your might power, and the malevolence mischief you seem to hide so well. As you know, the rest of the colors just can't seem to see the medieval beauty you bring to the modern world. But I see it. I see it like the light of colorless Jesus burning in your soul. See, while recovering from being comment waterboarded, I started thinking about other forms of torture. Mr. Charlie, I think I need to warn you about something. What? No, Nat Turner hasn't returned from the dead. But I'm glad you brought that up. See, I have noticed all over the interweb, white people and black people alike going nuts over a martial law plan. Now, I must admit, it sounds real good and scary. But if you look at what martial law is, it's a white man's problem. Yep, a white man's burden. What I mean is, when I look at all of the downfalls of martial law, well, black people have been enduring this same thing for over 400 years now. Check this out. According to Wikipedia under martial law, quote, martial law is the imposition of the highest ranking military officer as the military governor or as the head of the government, thus removing all power from the previous executive, legislative, and judicial branches of the government. It is usually imposed temporarily when the government or civilian authorities fail to function effectively, e.g., maintain order and security or provide essential services. Stop! Mr. Charlie! First, stop scaring my people with all of this impending dollar crash doom. The exact same thing has been said every year since America went off the gold standard. Now wait a minute. Maybe it will be the mechanism behind honoring their pledge to NAFTA. You know NAFTA, right? The treaty already signed by Dirty Bill Clinton with Mexico and Canada, agreeing to merge resources, borders, commerce, currency, highways, and immigration. All ran out of the DHS Human Capital Division, mind you. Yeah, that NAFTA. I remember doing a video on it. I basically came to the conclusion, with NAFTA already on the books, under the radar, mind you, the outcry for more border security isn't to keep people out. It is designed to keep people in. Guess what, Mr. Charlie? Due to Ronnie and Nancy's psych-op war on drugs, a huge number of so-called African Americans can't leave the country anyway. So again, no big change for us. But I said all of that to say, America must come into compliance of the treaty already signed. That can only mean we must have a change of currency to the Amerigo, just like Europe did with the EU and the Euro. Question: did widespread panic happen when the Euro came online? No. Here's an even better up-to-date question. When Great Britain voted to leave the EU, did Jaguar stop their production line? No. Did Rolls-Royce stop their production line? No. Did one single Starbucks close down? No. Besides, martial law does not mean no electricity, food, cars, or jobs. Think about it. That is the selling point thought process behind globalization in the first place. America cannot pay its debts or collect taxes, etc. if things go down the way you say it will. The world depends on American to buy its junk, whether it be Germany, Japan, China, India, or Mexico. And if the top of the pyramid is only a few, those few still need the world to operate to stay one of the few. What? they will put us in work details. Mr. Charlie, you have a job. Black people work already. No change. Not a problem. First they will work for the city, then they will work for the feds. For blacks, it will only mean a new CEO took over. What? They are going to take our guns? Mr. Charlie, I know what's splattered all over the media. And yes, most of it is true. But understand, what you are being shown is truly the rotten apples of the bunch. Just like every society known to man. But that's just it. Our rotten apples, somehow and some way, become the order of the day on the local news. To prove my overall theory to you, most black people have given back their guns for raffle tickets and movie tickets. No, SWAT will not be breaking down the doors in the majority of the black community at all. They are going to raid the countryside where you are. You've been tricked. Question: have you noticed I have passed on putting my spurs in your side every chance I get yet? It's because I'm turning over a new leaf. Don't get happy. I care nothing about your DNA. I'm using this video as a dry run to see if I can really do it. My body says, hell no. But my soul says, that's where you're going if you don't tone it down. So I'm trying to wrap my head around this alien thing that it seems to take over my mind. I think you guys call it feelings. So I figured, if I can resist putting my spurs in your side in this video, maybe, just maybe, I can curb my enthusiasm with the colors. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. But let's continue, shall we? Quote, typically, the imposition of martial law accompanies curfew, the suspension of civil law, civil rights, habeas corpus, and the application or extension of military or military justice to civilians. Civilians defying martial law may be subjected to military tribunals. Example, Mr. Charlie, the way this reads, black people are already living under martial law. What? The military will be patrolling the streets? Mr. Charlie, we already have the police killing us at will. What? Military justice? Mr. Charlie, do you even catch the joke? Let me ask you again now. Do you even catch the joke when we say the just us system? No way can it be more lopsided than it is. This is the reason why I believe the entire when the shit hits the fan, martial law hysteria is truly a Gentile and the nation's problem. But don't get me wrong, when I put on my coon hat and broke down your dilemma to its least common denominator, I truly understand your pain. See, the average colored don't understand the total mind screw martial law will have on your psyche. When they hear the phrase, nobody got the right to treat a white man like a nigger, they just think it's a movie quote. They have no idea you dead ass serious. Martial law will even the playing field for the common Gentile. And everybody knows the Gentiles make a blood oath to ensure that never happens. To prove my overall understanding on the matter, all we must do is tweak our perception on prophecy. If the Israelites will take captives whose captives they were at the beginning of our wilderness state, that can only mean, wrap your heads around this, Mr. Charlie, that can only mean, by the end, your human capital status will be so low, you leave the safety of white privilege and the countries your ancestors, ... You fill in the blanks. The scriptures attest all of the nations are taking us for a prey. Yep, like hapless wildebeest. And now you will be no better than a colored. Think about this. Your cycle will be so demoralized, some of you will actually leave the old red, white, and blue under the leadership of coloreds. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta leave a mark on your psyche. Black people, I'm not saying it will not hurt real bad, for the scriptures attest. Being in harsh bondage and release, which can only mean evildoer devices turned up high. But stop freaking out. You are not supposed to care what happens to this world anyway. But as the scriptures attest, we will call upon Yah early. Thank you, Yah. Before I go, did you notice? I tried to stay away from using my favorite word in dealing with you Gentiles. Yes, I do like calling you a cracker. In fact, it rolls off of my tongue with the greatest of ease. But it is better to lean on the side of caution and obey, rather than get my personal jollies off. Saying that, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can speak to my people without going for their jugular vein every time. Thank you for listening to this video, and look for the next.